Hello, my name is Keshwani. That's Keshwani, Keshwani. I have been solving math problems out of this book here, the GMAT Review, the official guide. I hope you have this book. If you do not, buy it immediately at mba.com. The problem that I'm about to solve is the one that you will find on page number 165, problem solving 102. Let's take a look. We are told that t equals five over 9 k minus 32. The question simply is, when t is 290, when t equals 290, what's the value of k? Or that's all. That's all they are asking. Let's take a look. So the very first thing I need to do is get rid of this 5 over 9. So if I multiply both sides by 9 over 5, the reciprocal of this thing, 9 over 5, I can get rid of this guy here. So this 9 over 5, get rid of this thing. So basically k minus 32 equals 290 times 9 over 5. 290 times 9 over 5. So let's see what we can do. 5 will go into 25 5 times. That leaves me with 4. 4 becomes 40 here, and that's 8. And these are some of the things you have to be able to do in the exam, and not only be able to do in the exam, but do it with sufficient speed and with accuracy. I know that all of us are dependent these days on calculators. We instinctively reach for the calculators, but that's not what they're looking to see here in this exam. They're not looking to see how fast you can use the calculator. They're looking to see how fast you can think. So let me explain one more time how I would divide 290 by 5 in the exam. And for those of you who know this already, will find it boring, but bear with me. So it's 290 divided by 5. You know 25 goes into 5 times, but this is 29. That means I have 4 left over. That 4 comes over here, it becomes 40. And then 40 goes into 5 8 times. So basically what I'm dealing with is 58 times 9. 58 times 9. So k minus 32 simply equals 58 times 9. So therefore k must equal, if I add, maybe I'm explaining way too much here. If I add 32 to both sides, k equals this quantity right here, 58 times 9 plus 32. And now I'm going to show you how I would figure out 58 times 9 in the exam if I were taking the real exam right now. I'm not going to sit there and actually figure out 58 times 9 like a geek, like a nerd, like a freak. That's not the point of the exam. The point of the exam is to think quickly, find shortcuts. So here we go. We want to find 58 times 9, and this is how I would do it. I know that 58 times 10 is 580, isn't it? So 58 times 9 must be this quantity minus 58. So I'm going to subtract 58. You see, there is my 58. I just approximate it. It's 520. And what allows me to approximate 58 to 60? Because there are two things you have to keep in mind when you're taking the exam. When you're taking this exam, there are two things that you are not doing, which is what I tell my students when I'm teaching them in a private tutoring, face-to-face tutoring. There are two things that one is not doing when one is taking the GMAT. One thing that you're not doing is you're not performing an open heart surgery. And you're not sending a satellite in the sky. So it's okay. You don't have to be so precise all the time, wasting your time trying to figure out the exact number. It's not necessary. That's not the point of the exam. The point of the exam is not to tell you, not to show how quickly you can calculate things. The point of the exam is to show how quickly you can think, find shortcuts. So again, 58 times 10 is 580, minus 60 should be approximately for 58 times 9. So of course in the real exam I wouldn't actually go around writing everything out, but I'm just doing it for you. This quantity is approximately 58 times 9. In reality, of course, it is 2 less than that because I should have subtracted 58 in order to find 58 times 9. But I subtracted 60, which is okay, that's fine. So that takes care of this part. That takes care of this quantity right here, 520. I have to add 32 to it, so I'm just going to add 32 to it. The answer is about 550. Anything that comes closest to 550, I'm going to pick it. Oh, there you go, there's 554. The answer is D. Answer is D because, let's see, because A is, how much is A? Let's see if you can tell me very quickly how much is A. One does not sit there and divide the bloody thing by 9. That will take forever, as I explained to you. 1738 divided by 9. How much is 1800 divided by 9? I know 18 divided by 9 is 2. So 1800 divided by 9 must be 200. So the quantity in A is actually less than 200. This is how I write in the exam. Less than 200. Yes, we're looking for 550. Of course, I already know the answer is D, but I'm just showing it to you. B does not work. B is 322. C is 490. Of course, that's definitely not it. D is 554. That's the one I'm going to pick here, right here. And how much is E? E is 3000 divided by 5. I know that 3000 divided by 10. I know that 3000 divided by 10 is 300. Therefore, the 3000 divided by 5 must be 600. That's not it either. That's not it either. E equals, approximately equals 600. That's not it either. The answer, as I told you, is D. And that's all there is. Let me just quickly take a look in the camera in the back, see if I have at least one more minute, and I'll come back. So, let me quickly recapitulate what I have said so far. And for those of you who do not know this word, I use this word quite a lot. The word is recapitulate, which a lot of people have a tendency of abbreviating as recap, which is fine if you abbreviate it as a recap, as long as you realize that you're abbreviating it. A lot of the people, when they go around saying, I want to recap this and I want to recap that, a lot of the time they don't even realize that they are abbreviating a word, a real word, which is recapitulate. Recap is not a word, it's an abbreviation of recapitulate. Anyway, I digress. Let me quickly go over this thing. So this was our formula here. T equals 5 over 9 times k minus 32. First thing I want to do is get rid of 5 over 9 by multiplying this quantity by the reciprocal of it, which is 9 over 5. So that takes care of this part, and 9 over 5 ends up here, which means k minus 32, which I wrote it on this side just to make it easier. This k minus 32 equals 9/5, which is 9 times 290, right here, 290 times 9 divided by 5. Next thing I did was to divide 290 by 5. And when I did that, this comes out to be 58. So basically I'm looking at 58 times 9, and I bring the 32 on this side. Bring this 32 on this side by adding 32 on both sides, which I'm going to erase now because this is too childish. I'm going to erase this part here. So, is this k minus 32. K minus 32 equals this, so k must equal 58 times 9 plus 32. Now the next question is, how do I find out 58 times 9? Well, right here. I know 58 times 10 is, just stick a 0 at the end, it's 580, minus 58, I approximated it to 60, is 520. I have to add another 32, so I added another 32. Which comes out to be 550. It's around 550. And of course the answer is D. That's all it is. Listen, if you wish to buy my DVDs, which show the solutions to all the problems, and by watching me solve these problems, you will learn some tricks and techniques as to how to save your time. So one does not sit there and figure out every single annoying things on the exam. That will take you forever and ever. You got to find shortcuts. You got to find a quick way, a quick and dirty way, as I call it, to spot the right answer. If you wish to buy my DVDs that contain the solutions to all the problems, send me an email. Go to my website at www.prep, P-R-E-P, prep, for, F-O-R, GMAT.com. If you wish to hire me for personal private tutoring, I am located in Connecticut. Send me an email and we'll talk. I'm willing to come down anywhere you are, as long as you make it worth my while. Thank you.